Ed Joyce and Ben Brown both scored 50s to rescue Sussex from a very bad start in their latest LV County Championship match against Middlesex at Lord's. Michael Yardy won the toss and batted, only to lose the in-form Chris Nash to the second ball of the game with an edge behind off Tim Murtagh. Murtagh was hitting the perfect line and length from the off and was mighty close to having Joe Gatting legged before. That reprieve for the batsman didn't last too long, however. This time Gatting got a thin edge onto his pad to offer Ollie Rayner the simplest of catches against his former county. Murtagh's opening 6-over spell brought him the figures of 3 for 4, as he also had Murray Goodwin held in the slips by David Milan for a fourth ball duck. Yardy quickly followed too with an edge to gully off Gareth Berg, as Sussex slumped to 33 for 4 in the 16th over of the day. The way it was going, it looked as if they would be dismissed cheaply. Luke Wright didn't find batting any easier than his colleagues. And after he'd made 14 and helped to double the total, he nicked off to Stephen Finn for his first wicket of the day. The one man who had stuck it out was Joyce against his former club. He too had his moments of fortune, but at least he stayed in and was able to make the most of anything on offer from the pumped-up Middlesex attack. Joyce was still there at lunch, and immediately after the break he ran Finn down to third man to bring up his fine 50 from 81 balls, that being the 8th 4 to his name. He needed help from someone, and he found that support from Brown. Sussex have had a very tough week and only finished their last LV County Championship match 2 days before starting this one, a defeat to table toppers Nottinghamshire. So it was taking a lot of hard work and determination to drag themselves into this match. Joyce moved into the 70s and in partnership with Brown dug his side out of a considerable hole in adding 81 in 36 testing overs. The Irishman has never made 100 against his ex-teammates, and he was denied one here when he jumped across his stumps and glanced a quick ball from Finn to John Simpson behind the stumps. Joyce was gone for 77. He left with a total on 147 for 6 and his side not out of the woods just yet. Brown and Navid Arif continued to chop down some trees with another very important partnership for the 7th wicket, which eventually took Sussex to their first batting bonus point. In doing so, Brown completed his first 50 of the season in his 8th innings. He'd had to rebuild this innings after coming in at 66 for 5, and he'd taken 127 balls over his half-century, an innings containing 5 fours. Rain looked as if it had ended the day, with Sussex recovering to 205 for 6, but the players did return at 5 past 6, and Finn, now with a second new ball in his hand, had Brown taken at slip by Rayner, although the batsman, who had 70 runs to his name, will not be happy with his stroke. And it turned out to be a good little session for Middlesex. Murtagh made it 4 wickets for him as Arif slashed this delivery to Berg to depart for 37. Sussex were left edging towards a second batting bonus point, and James Anyon and Steve McGoffin were able to add 14 more runs before the close. That left the visitors on 242 for 8, a total they can be relatively pleased with given their start. It's the kind of score which is difficult to judge until both sides have had a bat. Sussex will go again with McGoffin on 12 and Anyon on 11, with Monty Panesar waiting in the wings.